And a lot of ladies ask me why a guy runs hot and cold, or why he's not taking them out, why he's only texting instead of calling, things of that nature. And a lot of their friends would be like, well, girl, he just not that into you, or he doesn't feeling you, or he doesn't like you at all, and all that kind of stuff. Well, first of all, if somebody's texting you at all, that means there must be some interest. Otherwise, they could just not do it. If somebody ever said hello and traded information with you, there was some interest there. If they've ever contacted you, if y'all ever have hung out, there was some interest there. Now, does that mean that it's the highest level of interest possible or whatever? No. But that means there's some interest there, and that means there's something that you can build on. Now, the thing about it is this. We live in a world where everyone tries to shame and bully people into doing what it is they want them to do. A real man would take you out on this date. A real man would do this. A real man would do that. Unfortunately, what that does to the person listening to that type of foolishness is make them think that that's how the world works. You just automatically get what you want from the person that you want it from. And guess what? That's not how the world works. It historically does not work like that. Okay, here's the thing. Now, when most guys co-sign that type of stuff, yeah, a real man would go, he would take you out immediately. A real man would want to marry you the first month he knows you. I'm going to keep it real with you right now, and this might piss some dudes off, so I know I'm going to get some negative feedback. But the reality is this. Most guys actually struggle to get women. Most guys. Most guys are not the type of person that's out here just with a plethora of women coming at them, all day, every day. But most girls want to date the guy that has a lot of women, has a lot of opportunities. And now, some of y'all might disagree with me, but you want to date the handsome dude. You want to date the dude that has charisma. You want to date the dude that's financially stable. You want to date the dude that has a lot of good stuff going for him that attracted you. Well, guess what? It also attracts other women. A lot of guys don't have most of those things. They might not have, even if they are financially stable and good looking, they don't have the charisma and the ability to talk to women. They might be afraid to approach women. You may not be attracted to somebody like that. So that means that you're dating somebody or trying to date somebody who has a lot of options. This is where the problems come in. Because you're talking to somebody that has a lot of options, it means that you don't immediately stick out. This means that they might think you're attractive, they might like you a whole lot, but you don't immediately separate yourself from everyone else around them and everyone else who's trying to talk to them. Now, if you're talking to a guy who hasn't had a date in 2 years, or you're talking to a guy who has never dated a girl who's on your level in their entire lives, then they're immediately going to want to give you everything that they have. They're immediately going to want to go out on dates. They're immediately want to go be in a real serious relationship. They're going to do that immediately. It's not because they're a better guy. It's because they don't have the same options. It's because when they saw you, you were the best thing available. I want you to think about it this way. If you're talking to a guy who's not giving you everything you want, or not really giving you any of what you want, what's keeping you there? It's the fact that you like that person and they're at a higher level than all the other people. Keep it real with yourself. And if the answer to this is no, then there might be something wrong. Keep it real. You know good and well you could go to a guy that's way lower than the guy you're currently talking to, and he would give you what you want. And he'd be like, oh, I want to be in a relationship with you, girl. I love you, girl. You my joy. You're my life. He would do all of that, right? You don't want that person because he's not what you're looking for. You're talking to this other guy who may not be giving you everything you want because he's what you're looking for. He may not be doing what you want, but he represents what you want. Well, that's the thing. When you get somebody who represents what you want, that means that they have a lot of options. And you may just not be separated from all of those options. Therefore, you're not going on every date. He's not asking you to marry him right now. He's not asking you to be in a relationship with him right now. He's not calling you every day because he has options. He has more distractions. So what you have to do is either A, accept somebody who's not quite on that level, who will immediately give you everything you want, or you're going to have to dig in and figure out how to separate yourself from everyone else. And we could talk about that more in another video, but that's the key. You're going to have to start building a relationship that separates you from everyone else, that causes this person to need to call you more often, to take you out on more dates, to do more things with you. The thing is that you first have to get in your head, though, is that you're not going to get everything you want right away from somebody who has a ridiculous amount of options. Now, I know it's going to be some ladies in here that's going to be like, oh, well, my husband married me after only knowing me for 2 months. Well, we don't know your husband, first of all. We never met that dude before. We never saw him. So we can't really make an assessment on his options. I'm just keeping it real. That's number one. And also, we don't know what he was going through at that time. You might have met your husband when he was down on his luck. You might have met your husband in a situation where, you know, he was struggling or whatever. Good for you, because that means you got in on the ground floor and you had the opportunity to get what you want. But that doesn't happen that way for everybody. So if it doesn't happen that way for you, what you're going to have to understand is you're either going to have to pick someone lesser in terms of who they are and what they bring to the table, or you're going to have to dig in and create a better relationship to make this person that you really, really want to be with at this time start seeing you in a different light and start separating you from everyone else. All right, when people got options, you got to separate yourself from those options.